Hello and welcome back for our second week of instruction with our Achieve 3000 Literacy at Home packet. Today in this video, I will review lessons 6 through 10, in addition to the writing portion, which is at the end of the packet. We have a lot to do today, so let us begin. The following are some friendly reminders as we prepare to read our text. Remember that we need to review our text features, including the glossary that's provided at the bottom of each article. Remember, these glossaries provide meaningful words that we may not be too familiar with. We need to reread the articles if necessary, sometimes 2 to 3 times for us to understand what the author was trying to tell us. As you read, annotate your text, mark it up. Make notes in your margin. Highlight only your important word and phrases. And you need to complete all steps. Remember, for our Achieve 3000 articles activities, we have 5 different steps that we need to work through. In completing these steps, we need to reread each question and highlight keywords and phrases. Make sure that your answer choices actually answer the question that's being asked. And for step 5, plan your written responses. Use good writing form, reread your responses, and please edit your writings. In editing, you need to consider your word choice. Did you put in punctuations? Did you capitalize where caps need to be placed, like at the beginning of sentences and proper nouns? And does your grammar choice make your writing flow? All right, let's keep moving. Now let's get started. So this is lesson 6, and lesson 6 is the early-late debate. What do you think this article is about? Let's go. Step 1, our poll question, which is our pre-thought reading question. It says some people want later start times for middle schools and high schools. These people want start times pushed back until 8 a.m. or later. What do you think? And here's our thought. Middle schools and high schools should start later. Do you agree or do you disagree? Based on this statement, take your position. Let's go. Step 2. All step 2s, you need to read the article. Remember, this is just a snippet from the actual article. You need to read the whole article, make your notes in the margin, and make sure you're understanding what you are reading. Step 3 are our questions. And I chose question 5 for this particular article. It says, which of these statements is contrary? So what do you think contrary means to the ideas presented in the article? Well, contrary means that it's an opposite thought or it goes against what is being presented. So you need to consider your term and then think about your answer choice. As you read each of your answer choices, think about which is a support and which does not support. Remember, since we only have 4 answer choices, one will actually answer or respond correctly to this question, and the other 3 will not. Step 4, rethinking the poll question. Now that you've read your article, has your position changed? Do you still agree with this statement or do you still disagree? What is your position? Is your position the same or is it different? Do you agree or disagree that middle schools and high schools should start later? Step 5, responding through writing. Do you think middle schools and high schools should start later? Okay, so this is your question. And then they say, why? Why do you feel this? And remember, whatever you say in your writing needs to be supported. with facts and details from the article. Keep watching. Lesson 7 is up next. Lesson 7, give me s'more. Play on words again, s'more. Like some more. Let's keep reading. Your poll question. Many people like to make a dessert called s'mores, which are gooey treats made with marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. What do you think of this well-known saying? So here's your saying. S'mores always leave you begging for s'more. Do you agree or do you disagree? Do you agree with the saying or statement or do you disagree? Step 2, read the article. Okay. Oh, and there's our lovely text feature, our photograph, which lets us see what our s'mores look like. And we have our caption, which talks about our s'more. And we have just a snippet from the actual article. Remember that you need to reread the whole article. That you need to read the whole article. And if necessary, you need to reread the article. And remember to make your notes in the margin. Engage in your text. Step 3 are questions. For this article, I chose question number 2. It says, let me change colors. Which of these is most important to include in the summary of the article? So your summary. Remember, when you summarize, you hit all main points. So what would you need to include in your summary? So you would read your answer choices and you would think about your best answer and think about the ones that should not be included in your summary and your reasons why they shouldn't be included in your summary. Another question that I pulled for this article is question 4. The article says that all of the following. Let me read that again. The article says all of the following except, keyword except. So we're looking for something that the article does not say. And you would read your answer choices and find out which one the article does not say. Remember, you need to mark your answer choices with an either X for I disagree or changing colors, MB for maybe this could be the answer. Okay. Another question that I chose is question number 5. In the second to the last paragraph, hint, hint, they tell us what to look. The author presents information about s'more snacks and microwave cooking in order to. So I included a little snippet for us to see how to count back. So the snippet is from the latter part of the article. So this is not the paragraph that we're looking for, but this is. So we're going to read this paragraph and we're going to think about our question. The author presents information about s'more snacks and microwave cooking in order to. So why did the author include this information about s'more snacks and microwave cooking? And you would read your answer choices and consider which is your best answer. This is the rethinking of your poll question. Now that you've read the article, do you agree or disagree with this statement? S'mores always leave you begging for some more. Do you agree or do you disagree? And step 5, responding through writing. So for what they want us to do today, they want us to write a summary, let me block that, of today's article. And they give us the following steps. Read the article in order to understand the text. Locate your topic sentence for each paragraph. Get rid of any details that are not needed. Put the information in your own words into a single paragraph. Your own words is key here because remember, we are not plagiarizing, but we do paraphrase. Rethink your summary and reread your summary. Make any final corrections like writing conventions, grammar, spelling, punctuations. Do you need to restructure your writing altogether for it to flow and make sense? Keep watching. Lesson 8 is up next. Lesson 8, Global Game Fame. What is this about? Well, let's dive in. Step 1 is our poll question. In 2019, 7 video games were chosen for the World Video Game Hall of Fame. One game came out in 1976 and 2 others were released in the 1990s. What do you think? Older video games are more fun to play? What's your position? Do you agree with this statement or do you disagree? Older video games are more fun to play. What do you think? Step 2. Here's our article snippet. Remember, read your whole article, engage with your text, mark it up. Only important information. Remember, everything is not important. Pull out your important information. Step 3 are questions. For this article, I chose question number 3, which reads, which of these is a statement of opinion? So in our last video, we talked about opinion versus fact. Remember, an opinion is what someone believes or thinks or feels. It cannot really be supported as a fact. So as you consider this question, you need to read your answer choices and read them carefully to make sure you are choosing the one that is of an opinion and not a fact. So we are looking for an opinion in this question. Question number 4, based on the information in the article, how is Super Mario Kart different? There's your word. Different from Microsoft Solitaire. So we have 2 video games and we are looking to find out how they are different. And you would read your answer choices and find your best answer. How are these 2 games different? And remember, being that we are looking for different, we are contrasting these 2. Compare and contrast. We are contrasting these 2 video games. How are they different? I also chose question number 8, based on the article, what can the reader predict? Okay, so here we go. This is what it actually reads. Based on the article, the reader can predict that. What can you infer? What can you guess based on the article? Which of these 4 answer choices? So again, your prediction is nothing but an inference based on what you have read in the article. So Ms. Moyne is writing infer. What can you infer? Okay, let's move on. Step 4, rethinking of your poll question. Now that you've read your article, indicate whether you agree or disagree with this statement that said, older video games are more fun to play. Older video games are more fun to play. Do you still agree or do you still disagree? Or do you want to change your position? Step 5, responding through writing. Write a story about visiting the World Video Game Hall of Fame. So this is what they want you to do. What do they want you to include? Which video game did you most want to see and why? So think about visiting this Hall of Fame? And which video game did you most want to see? Did you most want to see? So let me highlight that. Most want to see. And then they just don't ask you that. They ask you why. So they tell you to use descriptive words and phrases. So you're going to describe about why is it that this video game is so appealing to you. You're going to use descriptive words and phrases from the article that has enticed you or has caused you to say, hey, I want to see this video game. I think blah, 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 blah about it. All right. Keep watching. Lesson 9 is up next. Lesson 9, good, bad, or ugly. Step 1, our poll question. The demand for perfect fruits and veggies mean a lot of good food gets wasted. Now some companies are selling and shipping ugly produce to people's homes. What do you think? All ugly produce should be given away to people in need? Let me read that one more time for you so you can understand it. All ugly produce should be given away to people in need. Do you agree or do you disagree? Interesting thought. Step 2, read your article. Remember to read the entire article. What you're seeing on the screen is just a snippet from the article. You actually need to read the whole article. Remember, highlight, make notes in the margin, engage with your text, pull out good information. The author has presented us with a photograph so that we can get a glance of what could be considered ugly produce, and has also provided us with a caption so that we can better understand why he included this photograph. Step 3 are our questions. For this article, I chose question number 2, which reads, which of these is most important to include in a summary of this article? And we've seen this question before in one of our previous articles. So, which is most important to include in our summary? Remember, we're looking for a main point that should be included in our summary. Make sure you read your answer choices carefully, as always. Step 3, question 3. Which of these is a statement of fact? So in this video, we've already seen a question about opinion. Now I'm pulling one regarding fact. Remember, there are multiple questions that need to be answered for each article or for each lesson. I'm just only pulling 1 to 2 or 3 questions that I think need to be reviewed. So for this question, it says, which of these is a statement of fact? We've talked about fact and opinion previously. We talked about it in relationship to an opinion. Remember, a fact is something that can be proven or supported. So as you read your answer choices, you're looking to find out which of these is a statement of fact, which can be proven. Question 6. Which passage from the article best supports the opinion that ugly produce companies are only concerned with what's best for profit? So they're only concerned with what is best for profit. So which of these passages or which of these answer choices support this opinion? And remember, opinion, which of these support the opinion, and what's the opinion? And I think I may highlight the opinion. The opinion is, let's see, that ugly produce companies are only concerned with what is best for profit? Which of these answer choices best supports that statement or opinion? Step 4, rethinking our poll question. Now that you've read the article, indicate whether you agree or disagree with the statement. And again, our statement was, all ugly produce should be given away to people in need. Do you agree or do you disagree? Step 5, responding through writing. Are ugly produce companies causing more harm than good? So this is our question. And then they ask us to summarize both sides of the argument. So you got to summarize both sides of the argument. Let me go back and erase that because I want to do that another way. What are they asking us to do? We need to summarize both sides of the argument for and against ugly produce companies. I'm going to go back into my question. So we're going to summarize the for and the against ugly produce companies. And then they ask you to expand. Which side do you agree with and why? Which side do you agree with and why? I'm going to break that into two parts. And as always, you need to use evidence to support your answers. Okay, so this is a chunky writing. They're asking us, are ugly produce companies causing more harm than good? So you got to respond to that. Then you need to summarize both sides of the argument. So you are summarizing the for and the against. Then they ask you which side do you agree with based on your summary and when you're reading. Are you for it or against? And then you need to state why. And as always, support your positions. Keep watching. Lesson 10 is up next. Welcome back. This is Lesson 10, Catherine the Great. Step 1, a pre-reading thought question. One woman worked for NASA as a math expert. She started in the 1950s at a time when women and minorities were often discouraged from seeking high-level jobs. What do you think? If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Do you agree with this statement or do you disagree with this statement? Step 2, read your article. Step 3 are our questions. So I chose question number 1 for this article, which is a cause and effect question. Split it down the middle. So they gave us our effect. Now we're looking for the reason why this happened. So they gave you a little passage for you to read right here. And then you're going to read your answer choices to find out which is your best cause for this effect. The effect was she was hired as a human computer for NASA. Those of you in my reading group, this article should sound familiar. Step 3, questions. Which of these had not yet happened when this article was written? Had not yet happened when the article was written. Okay, they gave you a little hint here. The question asks about when events happened. It does not ask where in the article the events appear. So you need to look back in the article for such things as dates. Read your answer choice and then respond to the question. Step 4, rethinking the poll question. Now that you've read the article, indicate whether you agree or disagree with this statement. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Do you agree or do you disagree with this statement? And step 5, responding through writing. Describe Katherine Johnson's work at NASA. So you're going to describe her work at NASA. What did she do? And then it says how she helped lead the way for both women and African Americans to succeed in math and other technical fields. So describe what she did at NASA and how was she a leader for both women and minorities to succeed in math and other technical fields. And as always, use facts and details from your article or your lesson to support your writing. All right, so now we're moving on to the next portion, which is our writing. And our writing was broken down. They said that maybe we should do this in 2 to 3 days. So this is the writing. The writing is based on articles or sources regarding electricity. And the writers present us with this outline, which should look familiar because it's been in all of your simple writings that you've been doing in the classroom. You need to read the passage, plan your essay, write your essay, revise and edit your essay. Be sure to include an introduction, support using information from the passage, and a conclusion. And being that you're 4th grade, this should be developed or in the form of a well-organized multi-paragraph essay, which you already know. So your 2 to 3 day writing plan to consider. Day 1, read each source carefully, make notes in the margins of points that you want to pull out. Day 2, plan your writing. Think of what you will say and the details and facts to include in your writing. And then you need to start writing. Day 3, edit your writing, revise it if necessary. But remember, 4th graders, on FSA, you're only presented with 120 minutes if you do not get ESC extra or extended time. So you need to try to write in one sitting. If not, shoot for our 2 to 3 day plan since you're at home. But when you are on FSA, you are writing for at least 120 minutes for all of these steps above. Okay, so on this slide, you see the different sources that were presented for you to read. Source 1, this snippet is of paragraph 1, but source 1 is paragraphs 1 through 4. Source 2 is paragraphs 5 through 9, and source 3 is paragraphs 10 through 13. So let me put that on each slide. 5 through 9 paragraphs and 1 through 4 for slide 1. So these are your paragraph numbers. And that's my paragraph sign. It's not the best, but there we go. Make sure you read your articles and read them carefully. Mark up that text. Make your notes in the margin. So again, I've included this slide to remind you of the steps that you need to take as you prepare to build your writing. You should have already read your passages. Here's your structure as you've seen for your top writing that you've been doing in the classroom. You need to have an introduction. You need to have your topics and details regarding each of your topics, and then you have your conclusion. So you got your intro, your topics, and your conclusion. Strategies to remember, some must-haves. You need to have an introduction. Introduce the 3 topics to your reader in your first paragraph. They should know what you're talking about. You need 3 body paragraphs. introduce topic 1. You need to use details to support topic 1. You need to attribute to the text something like this. According to paragraph blank, or whatever paragraph you use, according to paragraph whatever number, that's my question mark, electricity, blah, 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 blah. And then you conclude topic 1. Repeat these steps for topics 2 and 3. Remember your transitional phrases to begin topics 2 and to begin topics 3. You cannot use a transitional phrase for topic 1, or you should not use a transitional phrase for your first topic. And then you need to prepare your conclusion, which is just a restatement of your introduction, but done in a different way. Remember, you need to hit all main points of your topic and your conclusion. Your conclusion is nothing but a wrap-up. It's like your bow to your present. It ties everything up. There's my image. Your conclusion is like your bow to your writing. It ties everything up. Strategies to remember and strongly consider. Remember your writing conventions, which are your punctuation, capitalization, where to capitalize, beginning of sentences, all proper nouns. You need to remember your grammar, your word choice, and you need to remember spelling. Fourth graders, if the word is spelled in the text, please spell it the way it's spelled in the text. There should not be any reason that you are misspelling words that are included in your articles. Something else for you to remember to use are grade level words. Try to use words that match the level that you're writing at. Some things to strongly consider are juicy words. Words like automatopoeia, like boom, crash, sound effect words, okay? These words are going to draw your reader in. But remember, when you're using automatopoeias, you are not to use no more than 1 to 2. Other juicy words to use are words that are going to provoke your readers to want to listen more, to engage in your text. So words, strong words that are going to draw your readers in. And again, also use some personality. Your personality draws your reader in. No one likes dull literature or dull writings. It's just not engaging. So draw your reader in. Happy writing! I know you can do it. All right, so this is supposedly our last packet work because the remaining of the instruction should be done online. The majority of the kids in the district should have access, if not all, should have access to online instruction. Therefore, the district should be moving towards more blended learning via online instruction. Thanks for watching our 4th grade ELA packet review. And as always, keep reading and keep learning. You are our future. Miss you all. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.